Hey everybody, Icy Cat here. A couple of new changes have been announced to the game. We're getting some nerfs for Lion, as well as a rework on the way that the recoil system is handled in the game. Let's go over all the details next. A new entry has appeared on the Rainbow Six dev blog, the link for which you can find in the comments below the video player. And they talk about the fact that they are now going over weapon sight misalignment changes and a rework of the recoil system. So what they say is that their recoil system currently has a flaw, primarily affecting fully automatic weapons, that occasionally causes bullets to diverge from where the reticle is pointing, as you can see in this video here. We will be fixing it by making changes to how our recoil mechanic works and begin deploying this during the next test on the test server. The goal is to offer a clean, tight shooting system that does not cheat players out of a great show of skill, or on the contrary, register a headshot when the player is aiming at the torso. They go on to talk about how they prototyped several variations of this, including trying some things out on the test server back in September of last year, and those changes didn't really work out. And there's some controversial things about this because some people really feel like what they should be doing is a predictable recoil pattern, so that each gun has something that can be memorized, and then players with high skill get used to that and they can control their weapons more precisely because they know the recoil pattern that each weapon type is going to follow. However, the problem that was discovered in doing that is that you can have a macro or a script running that can kind of counteract the recoil if it's a predictable pattern, and essentially nullify the recoil to having a zero recoil weapon. Other people will say, well, isn't that what BattlEye is supposed to be for? Shouldn't it take care of those issues so that that kind of thing can't happen? And the answer is that it should, in theory, do that, but many macros and scripts can get by it. The important thing, though, is that they're making sure that where the bullet shoots is going to be at the exact proper location on the displayed reticle at any given time, rather than sometimes being misaligned. And as you could see in the video that we were playing, that sometimes the bullets would kind of lag behind where the reticle was. The updated position versus the shot position weren't always lining up. And now going forward, the test that they'll be doing will try to make sure that that is what happens. They're going to be trying this out on the test servers, and that will be between March 28th and March 30th. So if you have access to the test server, they will be having a build available at that time trying out this new model of recoil control. The other big set of changes that are coming, and those will be available on the test server to try out as well, is that Lion is getting a nerf. They say that he's not in a good place right now, and they'll have more insight coming in an overall game balancing blog at a later date. But for the test server, the following changes can be tested. Lion scan will stop displaying your outline as soon as you stop moving. So even if you are moving at the beginning of the scan and you get detected, if you stop moving, you will no longer be visible on that scan. Also, they are reducing the number of his scanning charges from 3 down to 2. He will only be able to scan twice now per round instead of the 3 times. This is significant. That first one could be kind of something that you would use maybe to flush out some roamers early on in the round or whatever like that, while you'd save the other 2 for maybe a little bit deeper into the round when you knew maybe you're going to do that objective take, and while you're planting the bomb or trying to take the hostage away, they'd have to come to you. They'd have to draw in to respond to what you're doing. You'd save them for then. Well, now you really have to think a lot more about when you're going to use it, because that kind of like extra, almost throwaway one, you're not really going to have anymore. Additionally, they've increased the cooldown between each charge from 10 to 20 seconds, so you're going to have to wait longer in between spamming those uses of when you can do it. Honestly, I predict that this is going to go right down the middle. Some people are going to think that, yes, this is exactly the set of changes Lion needed. He's just not a very balanced operator, and he needed these nerfs. And other people are going to say, well, this kind of makes him almost useless. Everyone can sort of stop moving even if they have been detected and then lose that. It would be very easy for people to pick up the manual detection and almost trick people by standing there, and then when they stop moving, they can go ahead and change stance to go down prone. Meaning you can make attackers kind of give away their position by tricking them into firing where you were, but by changing that stance, you don't get detected, so you'll still be kind of safe. Some people are going to think that he was fine where he was with the 3 charges. Others are going to say that going down to 2 is exactly what needed to happen. It's really going to be a mixed bag of results, and they're going to try that out on the test server and see how things play out. If it does have a positive result, then we can probably expect to see these 2 changes come to the main game probably next month as part of the April update. They did tell us that after the testing, though, more information will become available, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that and letting you know what develops. So what do you guys think? Are these the changes that Lion needed? How about the rework to the sight alignment issues, as well as any recoil change that might come with that? Let me know down in the comments below or share with me over at IceCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification icon so you're alerted as soon as I make new content available. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.